Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. Welcome to the Book Spot. This is the spot where people get their books written. And I'm Joseph McCrae, author. I want to talk to you tonight about writing. I came across an article by wordcounter.net, and it said 22 great reasons to write. And so that's what the Book Spot is here to do. It's here to encourage you. It's here to inspire you to write. And so I want to read off of a couple of those reasons. I think I promised you 22, so I better do what I said. So 22 great reasons to write. So check this out, folks. One is enjoyment. You just enjoy writing, right? Nothing more. You just enjoy it. Number two, to influence people or change the world. Wow, that's a powerful thing to be able to influence people or change the world through your writing. You got to see yourself as being able to influence people or change the world. Another one is because you love a certain topic. I tend to love the topic of substance use, alcohol use, and so I write books about that and allow people to enter into my world, and to be able to uh, get an idea of what is it like to use substances, find treatment for substances, and how substances impact families and all. Sometimes people might just write because of money. They may get paid. They may get paid. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? So you may write for money. You may write to heal. Some people find healing through writing. I found healing through writing when my mom passed, and I would write letters to her back in 2004. That was my way of grieving, and it turned into a book, folks. Sometimes you write to help others. Sometimes you just want to help somebody, so you put it in a book. You write it down. You also want to leave a legacy. Um, you also could be just good at it. You could just be good at writing, and so you write. Uh, to use your creativity, words are powerful. I believe it says it in Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who um, love it will eat of its fruit. And so sometimes we can really speak some really powerful things and encouraging things to each other through our words, right? Sometimes we can hurt people too through our words too. But we don't want to do that. We want to uplift and encourage people. Another one is to give something to your kids. I did a book called Like It. It was totally devoted to my son, and it's just passages and statements and quotes from Facebook that I just put all together and just gave it to him in honor of just the little boy he is, or he's a little teenager now. But I wanted him to be able to have that. And then we write to use your brain, right? You don't want to waste your brain. So you use it by getting what's in it out of it by writing on the paper. Now another one is recognition and respect. You want to get some recognition. You want to get some respect. I wrote a book, and I just got inspired by God to send that book to a particular shelter, and that book landed me an interview and then also an opportunity to give talks there. Just one book, my second book called Mixing. I just sent the book, wrapped it up, mailed it, and the person said, "Come on down for an interview." And folks, believe it or not, I've been speaking at this particular place for over a decade, just from mailing a book, just to get some recognition, to boost your visibility, credibility in your chosen field. You write a book, people think you're serious, right? Author means he or she who has authorship, who has ownership of that particular area, the particular experience they might have had. So you become recognized, you get credibility, visibility, all that. You can set your own schedule, wear what you want to wear to work, right? You don't have to confine, be confined to any particular dress style. It's also famous. You gain fame. Um, some people might crave solitude, right? They don't want to really, be out there with a bunch of people. They like to just kind of do their thing in their home. It could be to answer a calling. Maybe you're called to be a writer. Maybe you're called to be an author. Maybe you're just called to journal, right? Sometimes people will do a fiction book out of revenge. They'll change the names and all, but it'll be an actual experience or a job they might have worked and turn it into a fiction. Uh, Another reason is because someone else said you should. That happened to me. In nursing school, I had a teacher who said you should write a book. And I don't know why Miss Jordan said that, but I ran into her years later and I said, Miss Jordan, I've written several books now. And she was very proud of that. So sometimes people encourage you. Sometimes they tell you you should write a book and you jump on the bandwagon and do it. It can lead to interesting opportunities. I told you the opportunity to give lectures at a particular shelter in our city just because mailing a book. It's Books are to educate. Your writing can educate. It can really teach people some things that they may not know, right? They may be naive about. And then you write because you can't do anything else. So those are 22 reasons why you should just write. And these are from wordcounter.net. Uh, just a website, just something I looked up just to have a topic to talk to you tonight about. And hopefully, one of those reasons will be your reason for why you write a book. Uh, so, those were 22 great reasons to write a book. But you tell me some of the reasons why you write. What are some of the reasons you participate in writing? You out there, you want to share, you got the opportunity, you got the floor. It's funny as I think about this, I was writing like in my 20s. I was journaling before I really even knew about journaling. And someone might have told me to do it, but I just would write down different experiences I was having in my life. And it just became a good tool. It was some of those things that sometimes you can't talk to people about. But I was writing it down. And it was very therapeutic, very, very cathartic. I was getting a release in my life. And I still have some of those books. I still was able to hold on to them and got them sort of stored away. But I was just writing. I never thought about being an author or anything like that. I was just writing, folks. And you might be like that. You might just be writing. You might just grab a pad or grab a little book. And you might just start writing. You might just start writing about your day or writing about maybe a movie you saw, maybe a relationship, anything. The power of writing is just so great and incredible. And I just wish more people would utilize it, more people would utilize it, more people would just release their gifts, release their talents and skills, and just write. Maybe you don't want to write a book. Maybe you just want to journal. Maybe you just want to write some notes down. But I believe it's an incredible opportunity to just release what's on the inside of you, turn it into a tangible form. And sometimes that might mean profit. Sometimes it just might mean a life fulfillment. You just might be fulfilled in life because you did it. And what kind of price would you put on that to fulfill a life goal, to fulfill a desire, a passion you had to just share with the world? That's what writing can do. It can allow you to share with the world what you were thinking, what was on your mind, what was in your heart for you to share it. And sometimes for you to become vulnerable, to show people some of the sides of you that that hurt, that wasn't so pleasant. But in the midst of that, you could probably heal other people. You could probably encourage other people just by sharing, like how you got over, how you dealt with it, how you managed it, how you were able to get back up on your feet can be an encouragement to someone else. And I just stopped by here this evening to say just right, just right. Not all that deep, it's not all that hard. Just grab a pen, grab a pencil, and just write. Whatever your reason might be, just write. Nothing heavy, nothing deep, nothing real skillful about it. Just be free. Just be free to just write and enjoy this life. Enjoy this life that you have. Enjoy these opportunities that you have, these experiences that you have. And like the great Miles Monroe said, empty yourself. All that's within you, your purpose, who you are, just empty it. Just release it. Give it to the world. Allow the world to be blessed, be a better place because you released it into the world. You shared it with the world. You allow people to go on your journey and just do a marvelous thing. Just do a marvelous thing. So the book spot is here to encourage people to get their book written. Uh, Here to let folks know that the book is in you and needs to come out. So there it is, book spot. Every first Wednesday, but we also or every third Wednesday as well. So you out there, you got a comment, you got a question. I got a few more minutes before I say thank you for tuning in. And I know other people watch this video like later on in their spare time and all that kind of stuff. But just know that I just was talking tonight about just writing. Just write. Just write. That's all I wanted to share with you. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank those who will watch this later. Find your reason to write. I gave you 22, but find your reason to write and don't stop writing. Just write, write, write to your heart's content. Write till you don't have anything else to write about. And then get up the next day and write some more. It's so much to write about. It's so much to share. It's so much to be a blessing. And I want to thank you and have yourself a great evening.